All right, Mom and Dad. So first I want to start off with the sit to stand transfer with Sarah. But before we do that, I want to work on a couple exercises with her, and she can do these at home. So what I'll first have Sarah do is I want to work on those anterior pelvic tilts. So really working on exaggerating the curve in your low back. That'll really help you with your sit to stand. So what I'll have you do is for 2 sets of 10, just exaggerating the curve in your low back. Go ahead and try that. Yep, good. So Mom and Dad, as you can see, she's just really working on curving the low back. She can do these at home. That's good, Sarah. And then what I'll have you do is we're just going to do some chair push-ups, which are the beginning part of this sit to stand transfer. This will just really help with tricep strength and just really help with some functional mobility with sit to stands. So I'll have you have both hands on the handrails there, and we're just pushing up, getting your butt off the chair just slightly. Good, come back down. And she can do 2 sets of 10 of these at home as well. Okay, that's good for now. All right, Mom and Dad, so now that we worked on some lower extremity strength with Sarah, we're ready to get her up and moving. So we're gonna do a sit to stand. She's partial assistance at the moment, so we want her to do as much as possible. We want her doing more than 50% of the work. So Sarah, what I'll have you do is I'll have you scoot forward in your chair as far as you can go. And again, she's got both hands on her crutches in her left. She's going to arch her back. We're gonna do that anterior pelvic tilt again. You can use your right hand to push up from the handrail, and we're gonna lean forward and stand. Good. When she's standing, get her crutches all situated. Get your arms through. Good. All right. We're gonna take a couple steps, if that's okay with you, just to the chair. Is that all right? Good. Yep. Both legs to be touching the chair before we do anything else. Very good. Find, put your crutches in one hand, both crutches in one hand. Good, and let's find the armrest with the left. Good. Good. All right, so now what I'm gonna work on is a bed to wheelchair transfer with Sarah, which she'll have to do every morning when she gets out of bed and getting in her wheelchair to start the day. So I already have the height of the bed preset for the bed height at home for Sarah. So what she's gonna do is she can get herself to the edge of the bed pretty easily. We want her lost hand crutches in her right hand. What she's going to do is she's gonna again work on the anterior pelvic tilt and lean forward. And she's gonna use her left hand to push off the bed and her right hand to push off the crutches and come to stand. Good. Then going to move her crutches into her hands. Not a big motion here, but she's just going to take a small hop just to in front of the chair with a slight turn. Good. And Sarah, I want you to find the back of the chair with the back of your legs again. Good. And let's get that other crutch in this hand, and let's find the left armrest and slowly lower. Good. And then I'll put the armrest on for her. All right, so we're gonna do some standing strengthening exercises with Sarah here. I have the chair here just in case she fatigues, but ideally we would like someone with her while she's doing this. And you can do this in front of the kitchen counter, just something that she can hold on to. So first what I'm going to have Sarah do is some standing marches. So we're just kicking those legs up, just like you're doing marching. We can do this for 2 sets of 10. And this will help strengthen hip flexors. Then we can do some side stepping. So let's take a couple steps towards your right, Sarah. Good, and then back towards the left. So this strengthens the hip abductors. Good. So then you can stop. And I'm just going to scoop this back for a second. It's still here if she needs it. The last exercise that we're going to work on is some hip extensions. So she's just going to be kicking, doing straight leg kicks behind her back. And we're going to try 2 sets of 10 of those. Go ahead. Good, sir. All right, you can stop.
All right, Mom and Dad, some general education on safety. I think safety with community ambulation is probably Sarah's biggest point right now. She is unique because she's going to go off to college and will need to be able to ambulate in the community versus someone that just needs to be able to ambulate around their home. So I think safety with community ambulation is a big thing for Sarah. And then another general education piece is because she's in that wheelchair so often, we don't want her to get any pressure wounds. So I want her to keep doing those chair push-ups that I showed her, just lifting her butt off the chair. If she gets tired, if her arms get tired from doing that, she can also just do lateral leans, kind of leaning to the left, lifting her right butt cheek off the chair, leaning to the right, lifting her left butt cheek off the chair, just to prevent pressure injuries. Okay, Mom and Dad, so just some recommendations for assisted devices after discharge. I definitely recommend that Sarah keep using the wheelchair, her Lostrian crutches, as well as the solid ankle-foot orthoses on both feet just due to her foot drop after discharge. And then I also mentioned to Sarah that a raised toilet seat with grab bars in front would also be helpful. But I know she said that she would not like that because she would feel embarrassed to have friends over. So that's fine. So we'll just stick with the wheelchair, the Lostrian crutches, and the ankle-foot orthoses. Hello, Dr. Hughes. I just wanted to follow up with you about our mutual patient, Sarah Dragovich. A patient is a 17-year-old female with past medical history of spina bifida at the L4-L5 spinal level. Today we worked on sit-to-stand transfers where she requires partial assistance from her wheelchair as well as a bed that simulates her bed height at home. Patient did well with the transfers and just requires cueing to go into anterior pelvic tilt, lean her body weight forward, and push off through her arms. We also worked on a little bit of gait training with her Lostrian crutches for only about 20 feet due to both patient fatigue and the patient's family was taking her out to lunch. So we were a little short on time today. We went through her home exercise program, which includes anterior pelvic tilts, chair push-ups, and standing supported marches, side walking, and hip extensions. The patient and family were educated on the home exercise program and safety measures to take with Sarah, and are understanding and agreeable to the recommendations. I would say that her biggest barrier at the moment is community ambulation, as she fatigues quickly, but overall she has been doing awesome in physical therapy with me. She is on track to discharge to the home with home health PT in 2 days. She will then transition outpatient physical therapy when ready, as she is planning on attending college in the fall and will need some higher level skilled physical therapy for safety in the community.